I can't believe the stench emanating from my horrible smelly Ingraham piss bot. I've never noticed it until now. Because I don't usually wear a skirt to work, but my crotch grabbed my attention just now while leaning over my terrible smelling stank pot that's been closed by the all-covering news desk I am sitting at. I don't know if I smell the odor of black mold, a vaginal mushroom, or pussy yeast that I am experiencing right now. It might be because I just let any random hobo come in there all the time. If my gynecologist is watching, can I book an emergency appointment after my shift here has ended? I would just hate it if something would happen to promiscuous Bernice, my smelly menstruating clitoris box. I hardly ever visit with a washcloth and soap because I can't show up in the alley in between the Fox Newscasting building with pure vaginal rot between my legs because these horny homeless people, despite of being used to practicing this unhygienic lifestyle, they do have vaginal standards.
Oh, finally some insight here. Congratulations, Laura. I thought I had to be exceptionally rude to you if this kept on destroying my nostrils any longer. I mean, Jesus, Laura, the phrase go see a doctor does not apply here anymore, but please skip the doctor and go to the ER for God's sake, woman, because that stank is not normal. I repeat it again, that stench ain't normal, Ingraham, and I want to express my admiration for the bravery of those hobos around, back for facing hell, and be able to ejaculate in it anyway.
Damn man, Ingraham, please. What does that stench imply here? That you somehow have a source of bacterial overgrowth in your stink box, or what?
Yeah, Laura, I have to agree with them on this one. Don't ask us to do our regular Fox jobs in this exceptional case by misrepresenting facts and warp reality. You cannot expect us to do that in the presence of your vaginal anomaly stinking up the studio and literally impact us from being able to lie our hygienic asses off compared to your vaginal butthole. They smell like pine tree lavender heaven, and that's not being cruel. It's the first time representing a dose of actual reality here on Fox.
Laura, let's be absolutely clear. Here, you can't even entice sewer rats with that hellish stank producing sewer pit. Jesus H. Christ Ingraham. If you really expose that inhumane horror hole of yours to the bums that roam the backside alley, you might as well expose them to a torture chamber, you sadistic putrid vagina fiend. I'm going to go call human resources into this. I'm literally in grave danger here. I do not feel safe anymore working on these premises under these conditions.
Yeah, good thinking, Gutfield. Put in a request for me as well. I cannot afford having an STD coming from Laura, her expired sardine can. I have a feeling that my oversaturated Vaseline-coated dick isn't enough to keep those nasty sardine bacteria from going to town on my boy with no mercy at all.
Yeah, put me down as well. My dick is not equipped for that corrosive estrogen vat. You still dare to call a vagina Laura. There's no safe distance from your hairy, stinking gremlin. If I risk coming near you like this, my little Sean would die in vanity, and I like to believe I still have a lot of impact on the ladies. They point at me and yell, hey, that's Hannity with his little Sean vanity.
Hey, but I do not mind at all, Ingraham. On the contrary, it's almost like you weaponize your clitoris with Trump nip, because you asked the dock workers at the sardine factory that if they chase me away from the garbage bins of the scarred and rotten pieces of sardine vagina, the moment backs are turned, they would need to turn them back immediately because they find me already humping rotten sardine pussy with my own rod of rot. The only difference between the sardines and my penis is that it is alive. Always, it's just a over-exaggeration. Someone reported to have vomited her mucous membrane out her throat when she smelled my foul, stinking body odor that had been taken up by the wind and was delivered to the individual her nose miles away. She had vomited it loose and not vomited it out completely, so misrepresenting facts is what that is. Hey, I am not speaking to you anymore, Phillips. Not for as long you haven't collected your grandmother, who has dementia. Her filthy accumulated ripe urine soaked tampon she has gotten lodged up her snatch because she forgot she already has gone through menopause and do not receive her periods anymore. So it's been serving more as a ripening instrument. Instead of anything else, it's the equivalent of having a highly decorative absorbing pissing stick stuck between your ovaries. So it's been left untouched in her unhygienic vaginal filth for moths. And I just love to put such a rotting accumulated stick of pure estrogen filth up my nose and leave it there until I sniffed all the stench off of it that it has to offer. So if you wish to grab my attention, you need to grab that putrid odor shaft out your grandma's clitoris lip flaps. I don't know why I absolutely love the stench coming off a manure fly, but it speaks to reason that the cause might just be that it just happens to be the right season. I don't really care about the reason why, just as long as I can keep on enjoying the smell of rotting shit coming off that anus, reeking manured fly.